All right. Are we live? Everything good? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with the second stream of today. Today we are joined actually with a couple people. We are here with Trump 2024 enjoyer. What the hell was that?
What's up, guys?
And of course, Mr. Yeet, like usual.
Hi.
Tyrone, he's internet. Well, it's stuck in.
Help! Help!
That's him. Yeah,
Help me!
he's coping.
Help!
Yeah, that's. My God. You really have to blast it that loud.
Help me!
Oh,
What did he blast? I didn't notice it.
I gotta mute the soundboard. That's annoying. But yeah, his internet's down, I think. But yeah.
My internet is ass.
Yep, there
I know
goes.
They'll be able to understand me.
Barely. People could barely understand you. Alright, so before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Alright, everybody, let's get into it right away. There's a lot of news coming out of Capitol Hill. There's news out of Pennsylvania. And I believe it's, what we were talking about earlier? Hamas, yeah. I was about to have a brain fart. And also, before I forget, if you have a question in chat, yeah, you know what to do. Send a super chat if you want a question for sure answered. Of course, if you have a question in chat, we'll try to read through it. But yeah, super chats are greatly appreciated. They support the content, blah, blah, blah. All right, should we talk about the Pennsylvania stuff first or the speakership stuff? Because honestly, it's one of the
Here's
two.
how McCormick can win.
Oh my gosh,
My hot take is that there's like a 10% chance that McCormick just ends up being the Duarte of 24, where he just wins in an area he has no right to somehow. And no one expects him to.
Yeah, you know what? Let us start with the Pennsylvania stuff because there was a new poll. Whoa, that's not the right thing. There was a new poll out of Pennsylvania from Emerson. Yeah. And they showed some very, very interesting numbers for Donald Trump and Joe Biden. So, a new poll from Emerson has Trump up by 9 percentage points. At the same time, Senator Bob Casey holds an 8-point lead. So that's what's that? 17-point gap between Casey and Trump? I mean, how can people look at this and say, oh yeah, this is just a complete and total coincidence?
And if you compare Biden's numbers to Casey doesn't really, he only has a bit higher of a percentage statewide. It's just that McCormick is so much lower than Trump is right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's at like, what is that? 33% McCormick, Trump's at 45. That's a 12-point gap.
I don't know what the GOP's obsession is with running hedge fund managers from the Northeast, but
like it could work in like some circumstances. Like it depends like where, like New Jersey, New York, but why the hell would you bring somebody from Connecticut who has not even moved his address back to Pennsylvania yet? I mean, apparently he's flying back and forth from Connecticut to Pennsylvania.
Such a bad look.
I mean,
Casey's not even a strong candidate. It's just McCormick's awful.
Well,
He's totally beatable.
Casey's advantage is last name. That's what it comes down to. People still think, oh yeah, this is Bob Casey Sr., the guy that told the DNC to F themselves on abortion. But no, this is not that Bob Casey. I mean,
he's just kind of a generic Dem senator.
Yeah.
Sean Parnell should return from the grave.
I'm sure everyone already knows my take on who we should run.
I could only...
The Doc.
He's the only right option, honestly. He's Dr. Oz.
My God.
The Doc.
Dr. Oz, come back from the dead. But yeah, I think
Trump Jr.
Or Oz for still kind of tricky.
Yeah, your internet still sucks. But yeah, I would say that with Pennsylvania, McCormick, I don't think he's gonna win. I really don't think he's gonna win at all. I think this is just a money hole. Like, what's a good comparison from 2022? A race that we spent a bunch of money on, we got blown out.
I mean, I was gonna say Alaska, but I'm not sure if that's
that
exactly
doesn't really
comparable.
count because that's a freaking.
It was definitely a money sink, but not the same kind.
I'm talking about like a head-on-head. I'm thinking like, wasn't there like one congressional race where they spent like $30 million. We lost by like 15. I think it's the Washington district. Washington, not 3rd, not Kent's district. That central one. We spent like $30 million on it. We lost by 15 or something crazy. But I mean, it's like they're gonna spend like $300 million on this, and McCormick loses by 8.
Oh yeah, Colorado's a decent.
Colorado's a good example.
It's a decent example.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a really good one that's not popping up in my head.
DG Aftershock for 2, Hazard for Speaker, Nathan Larson for Majority Leader. No, no, absolutely not. That's not a good idea. That ended horribly last time. Meanwhile, Craig gets no money and he loses by 1. That's what's gonna happen. James Craig is gonna get jack shit.
Washington Senate. I think that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah. Didn't Smiley get like 30 million or something?
She got a lot, and she did all right relative to other Republicans in the state, but it was no toss-up like what polling was showing.
Yeah, I still think that was they faked the polling. The GOP did, at least.
I just forgot King County exists.
I just thought of another potential topic for the stream. Carrie Lake is now running for US
that's
Senate.
A good one. We'll get to that in a second. I gotta say I'm impressed by Lake, but when it comes to Pennsylvania, look, this poll shows 2 things. 1, the future is Trumpism, MAGA, whatever you want to call it, in the GOP. What other Republican can do pull ahead to Biden by 9 in Pennsylvania? Who? Of the ones running. Can anybody name anybody?
Well, frankly, if Will Hurd stayed in the race, I think him out as a very strong contender. Unfortunately, he left.
Oh, man. Yeah, Will
Over for Will Hurd.
Only one I could... Ron DeSantis, before he blew up his campaign, maybe he could have won
No shot. He never had a shot at the Rust Belt because he wasn't the right kind of candidate for the Rust Belt.
Sam Metz for 2. Does Casey win Luzerne County? Yeah. Businessman for 2. Trump for Speaker if no 218 by Friday. 90 days only. That could be... We'll get to the speakership stuff because...
I want to say my own thing on that. Luzerne is going to go red. I mean, even Shapiro barely won that county. He's just treading too hard right.
We just got to see.
I mean, if the race is under 10, like, Luzerne's going to go to McCormick.
Yeah, but I would have laughed if, like, he loses by 15 or something. I swear, if that happens, we lose by 15 and James Craig got nothing to lose by 1. I swear to freaking God if that happened. And they're going to blame Trump for it somehow. Trump could win Pennsylvania by 9. How dare he cost us Pennsylvania?
How could he do this to the Senate majority?
Yeah, he's going to cost us a Senate majority. He only won by 9. He had to win by 15. Tim Scott would have won by 15. Oh, man. Let's see. Ramaswamy probably gets within like 3. Ramaswamy I don't think would do good in general for some reason. Just, I don't know. Like, Ramaswamy I don't trust. For some reason I just do not trust him.
Out of the non-Trump candidates, I think Vivek would be the best pick for the Rust Belt states.
Yeah, but even then I don't think he does that good. Like, there's just something, I don't know. There's something about him that I really... Sir.
We have him live reporting from Hamas, by the way.
Yeah, that's where he is right now. But yeah,
he's in the battlefield as we speak.
Yeah, Pennsylvania I think is looking pretty good for Trump. And somebody brought up in the chat the registration thing. If you don't know, not Ben Shapiro, Josh Shapiro. I was about to say Ben Shapiro because I saw him on my Twitter feed, but if you don't know, Josh Shapiro, he just enacted a automatic voter registration, which I didn't know he could just do it without the legislator. I guess he just went around it somehow, which I didn't even know was legal, but apparently Republicans are kicking ass when it comes to auto registration, which isn't like the non-registered voters like 80% like white working class in Pennsylvania or some crazy percent.
In most of the country, non-voters lean heavily Republican.
That's something I've always been like fascinated about, like the ones that are not registered. Usually it's been more Democrat favorable, if I believe.
What's so annoying is that if we had 100% turnout, we would easily win elections. It's just that people don't vote. And that's why these stupid low turnout special elections, by the way, mean literally nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You always have these Dems on Twitter go, look, we swung this this New Hampshire district, 20 points left with like 2% turnout. Wow, congratulations.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like 10 years ago was the same deal, except the Republicans overperformed.
Yeah, because
coalition
the coalitions were completely different.
Yeah, now that we're relying on more low-income voters, they're less likely to turn out in these relatively unheard of elections.
Yeah, New Hampshire Assembly District 576 or something. Like, somebody's going to vote for that. Garrett ran a car for 5. Despite the bad candidate, Pennsylvania Republicans are making a step in the direction because they cleared the field early and put all support behind him. Yeah, but he's still going to get crushed, I think.
I think it's something that should be brought up for Arizona as well, is that we pretty much have the field cleared. And I've been very mixed on who I wanted to run in Arizona. I've switched from Lake to Masters. I'm firmly back in the Lake camp because she can unify the party in the primary, and she can fundraise like a juggernaut. She's a fundraising juggernaut because she's popular nationwide.
Yeah, we'll get to Arizona in a second. That's a good topic. Ben Sinnix for 2. Raph, did you see what Tom McClontic, proposed? Yeah, was this something about, like, if you vote against a conference, you get, like, kicked out or something crazy?
I haven't heard of this.
I think it was like, if it's like a resolution, if it passed, if the conference supported it, they would expel you from the conference if you opposed it, or something crazy like that. So it means, like, what Matt Gaetz did, he would get expelled. So it's like, what? But that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. So you tell me all the people that voted against the debt ceiling, would they get expelled?
I think the lesson here, as well as with the whole speakership battle in general, is that most GOP elected officials hate their own voters.
Wow, you're telling me this for the first time.
I know, I'm a genius. The sky's also blue, by the way.
True. DJ Aftershock for 2. People say Virginia generic ballot is in November's D+15. That's bullshit. I can guarantee you that's not going to happen.
I think that's, like, literally impossible.
I mean, even back, I think it was 2019, it was like D+2 or something. But yeah, it really does. I think Virginia we're looking pretty good in. Because Democrats are just imploding in the state. I mean, you got what? A porn star running? You have somebody that
so bad
was a drunk driver, I think. One to threaten people's lives. I don't freaking know. You know, just the whole Virginia stuff. I would assume Republicans do good in, but it's state legislative elections. You don't really know what's going to happen. But hopefully we do good. I hope Youngkin does succeed. I think he will, though. Mace is so based right now, though. I think that's just... She's trying to get the VP slot. That's what it comes down to. Which I don't think she can get.
Who's on your short list for who should be Trump's VP?
Zeldin.
That's an interesting choice.
I'm going with Zeldin. I think he's our best... Because I'm just looking at it this way. Let's just say Trump cannot campaign next year, right? Like, let's say he... Because of legal shit or whatever, he cannot campaign. Who's the best campaigner in the GOP right now? I mean, seriously, outside of Trump.
The obvious answer to this one is Brian Kemp. He's going to unite the party behind Donald Trump.
I think it's Zeldin. Zeldin or Youngkin. Those are the two best campaigners I could think of.
Let's not do Youngkin.
Youngkin, there's some I do think would be a decent option, but
I stand by my anti-Youngkin stances, and I think I'll be proven right with time. Just like with Rob.
We'll just see. If he doesn't run for president, I think he's good.
I just remember how he was trying to fit into the slot of a post-Trump GOP the moment he won his election.
Who?
Youngkin.
Yep.
Pretty sure there were like articles he was like pushing out.
By the way, I don't support Brian Kemp for BP. By the way.
Oh, Brian Kemp. That's another one.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Kim Reynolds. No, she's lost it. I don't know what she's doing.
By the way, I never liked Reynolds either.
I know you were right about her.
I've never liked Reynolds.
Reynolds is just endorse her, endorse DeSantis already. Stop this pretending of, well, we can't endorse anybody because of Iowa. Oh yeah, so you do 50 events with DeSantis. I'm sure that's being neutral. A bunch of crap. Just endorse them. There's so many Republicans like that in Iowa. Oh my gosh. I just heard, like, death. That's what I heard.
It's just the audio of
I know.
Gaza right now.
It just.
Oh no.
Let's see here. I support Tulsi Gabbard. I don't trust her.
Is this better?
No.
Okay. Okay. My microphone.
Oh my gosh. Tulsi Gabbard, I think, would be a good Secretary of Defense or Secretary of State, but not for VP. There's just, I don't know. Tulsi, I don't trust.
Yeah, same here.
Like, I don't think she's faking it. She's a lifelong Democrat. I just think that she still is like a Democrat in some areas.
Yeah, there's a larger problem in the Republican Party where they like to embrace moderate, quote unquote, Democrats like RFK.
Yeah, that one backfired, and he got exposed last night. Did you see that? Even Sean Hannity grilled him. That's a freaking first.
Who are we talking about?
RFK.
He's trying to say Biden, 100%.
I mean, I don't freaking like. I like RFK still. I think that he's a good guy. I just wouldn't vote for him.
Never trust a Kennedy ever.
But for some reason, his family hates him. I don't get that. That's a part where it's like, you people are nuts. You disown your own brother because he's just running as an independent. That's a part where I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Oh man, Byron Donalds is running to become majority leader. Yeah, I saw that. I think it's a good segue to the speakership stuff because we may not have a speaker for the rest of the year. That's not even a joke because it sounds like there are a bunch of Scalise or a bunch of.
I am completely happy with this,
bro.
I think his IQ is getting affected by the place he's in right now. In Hamas.
DJ Aftershock for 5 from Nick. Nick Min.
Help me,
bruh.
I think he can just see Netanyahu.
Oh my
just
gosh.
in a tank coming towards him.
Yeah. DJ After. Wait, I read the super chat.
Is he reciting Muslim chants or something?
I don't know. DJ
Hey pal, how's Gaza?
Oh my gosh. DJ Aftershock for 5 from Nick Minnock from ABC7. A Loudoun County family tells 7 ABC they're very concerned that their biomale IA changing in their daughter's athletic room. Of course. That's still going on in Loudoun? I thought they dealt with that like 3 years ago when Youngkin won. Is this another October surprise in Virginia? Because it sounds like they're doing the same thing with the whole transgender stuff.
They just seem to have the left seems to have a very strong obsession on this current topic.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I don't know. I just hear pain.
To answer the guy in the chat, Connecticut was under 15 points.
Yeah,
in
it was under 15. I think
10.
New Jersey was close. I think you're talking about New Jersey.
Both New Jersey and Connecticut were within 10 to 15 in 2016.
Santos for Senate, real. But okay, for the speakership battle, this is gonna get interesting. So this was a big mistake by Scalise's people. What they did, huge mistake, I think. So if you don't know what happened, the GOP conference held a vote at like 2 p.m. I think it was, and Scalise won. However, he got a bare majority. I think it was like 110 to like 99 or something.
He got a bare majority, and it was behind locked doors.
Yeah, it's secret ballots. It's like nobody
Secret
knows who
ballot.
voted for who.
Like everyone knows the people's choice is Jim Jordan. The Republican electorate wants Jim Jordan, and they're forcing Scalise on us because they hate us.
I'm fine with Scalise. I think he's far better than McCarthy. But my whole thing is like, this whole thing is a scam. These same people are saying, we're not going to have a speaker until we have 217. Then why the hell did you vote against a motion that would have forced us to have a speaker 217?
And we already have enough Republicans now saying they're not going to vote for him.
Yeah, it's like 10, I think. They already said, screw you. We're not going to vote for you. Garrett Vanikar for 5. How much does Trump have to win Pennsylvania by to flip Chris DeLuzio's district? Ooh. A lot, I'd assume. But yeah, I mean... Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean,
He's bleeding out.
Yeah. So Scalise, I don't think he's not gonna be the speaker for a while if he ever gets it. Because it's like he needs either of them to flip up for him, but there's already like I think 10 or 11 that are saying they're not gonna vote for Scalise. I think it's like Thomas Massey, Carlos Jimenez, Niels. There's a couple others, right?
There's Mace,
Taylor Green, Bob, all of them. There's a lot of them, and it's raised a question. Well, why did they end the meeting so early? What?
Not good.
Why did they end the conference in 10 minutes? Oh yeah, we instead of trying to get our speaker now, we're gonna do what we did back in January. I don't get it. Chip Roy, that's another one. It just every 2 minutes you just hear Tyrone's microphone just go insane. Trump for speaker only for 90 days. And I wanted to actually talk about that. How likely is it we could get Trump as speaker?
100.
I give it 3 weeks.
Give it 3 weeks. I mean, there is a possibility Trump gets a speakership. It's not likely, but I think there is a possibility. Bro. Because here's a problem with, Steve Scalise, for example. I don't think he's ever going to get the votes right now. I mean, there's 10 people that are saying hell no. And Donald Trump, in my opinion, you don't want to vote against him as a Republican. Unless you want to go down in flames.
From what Mace and Good have said, they're basically hard nose on Scalise no matter what.
Thomas Massey also said hard no too, I think. So that's 3. He can only afford to lose 4, I think. 4 or 5. So it's start doing the math on that one. He's already at 10 that are saying no to him.
I wouldn't be surprised if Eli Crane
that's another
doesn't
one.
vote for him as well. He hasn't said anything, but he's been S tier so far, so
well,
I think we can sort of expect it.
I really do think that there is a serious question about Steve Scalise's health. I'm not even trying to be rude about it. I'm sorry, but can he even handle being the speaker? That's one of the most difficult jobs in Washington. He's dealing with a lot of health issues right now. I don't think he can. I really just don't think he could. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's like what Taylor Green said. He has some serious health issues where it's should we put that much pressure on that guy?
Since Tyrone's mic isn't working, he said in our messages here, he doesn't think that Scalise or Jordan is going to get in, that
That's
Trump will be forced to be an interim speaker.
I could see that. Because, I mean, who's going to vote against Trump as speaker, as Republican? David Valadao?
Valadao, Newhouse. I can name some others.
But it's they may just vote president. I don't think they're going to vote for, Don Bacon or whatever. Which, at that point, if you have, 8 people vote president, I think Trump still gets the speakership. So it's possible. It really is possible for Trump to be the next Speaker of the House.
Hey, Rap, Tyrone wanted to opine a couple thoughts. He said, I don't think Scalise or Jordan are going to get it.
Yeah, we said that!
I do not see either getting the votes. Jordan wants the establishment, and Scalise
I will say, whoever gets it, we need to make sure they're going to stop the DOJ and what they're doing to Trump. That's the key issue here.
That and I think the border. Those are the 2 big ones.
Yeah.
Why not Donald? I don't think Donald has enough support. He's going to run for the majority leader. If Trump is speaker, then Dem turnout skyrockets. Not really. They're going to vote no matter what. And even, we saw this. It's even with Trump not even involved in an election, Democrats crush Republicans. We're seeing this every special election. So it's I don't know about that one.
Democrats, the thing is, they don't just hate Trump. They hate all Republicans. They hate all Republican voters. They're going to vote against us no matter what.
It's vote blue no matter who. That's why they call it that. It's not vote against Orange Man no matter who. It's vote blue.
They're not like these normal working class Americans where they just go home, sit on the couch, watch some TV after working 8 hours a day. And they're like, I guess I might vote.
Well, this is interesting.
These people vote no matter what.
From a good friend of mine, Mary Millerstand. Again, go follow him on Twitter. McCarthy allies are on a campaign to sabotage Scalise. I did see something about that. There's this guy from Louisiana, I think it's Garrett Graves. I think that's his name. He's a big buddy with McCarthy. Apparently he's trying to sabotage Scalise. What the hell was that?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting to think Scalise people may be trying to sabotage, or McCarthy's people may try to sabotage Scalise.
This is a three-way conflict right now.
Well, because Scalise and McCarthy never liked each other. They never did. Go read every Politico or New York Times article. They just say they don't like each other. They pretend to like each other because reasons. Why did Jordan give up his run to support Scalise? I find it harder to support Republicans when they don't listen to people. I think he's trying to, like, be on his good side and, like, trying to maneuver his way back in, maybe. Let's see. Lloyd Smucker from Pennsylvania. He said he will not vote for Scalise. And this is a pro-amnesty, pro-Ukraine aid guy. Ooh. Yeah, I just don't see how Scalise gets it.
Yeah, I believe he represents the York district.
Yeah, I think that's where it is.
Oh no, I think it's the Lancaster district.
Prince Ryder for 5. My prediction: either Trump or Jordan gets it. Also, I know this is off topic, but I think Kentucky's gonna be closer than expected. I agree with that. I don't think it's gonna be D plus 15. Could it be? Yeah, but I just have a hard time believing an attorney general that won by. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, I have a hard time believing the incumbent attorney general of Kentucky, who won by, what was it, 15 last time? The same year that Bashir won by 2? I don't believe that he's going to lose by 15. I really don't. Is it possible? Yeah. But I think Cameron could win. It's not likely, but I think he would. Or could.
Before the Emerson poll IRA moved that race to safety, I'm not trusting the plan on Kentucky.
No, I'm just saying, like, polling Kentucky sucks. That's all I'm going to say. But I think Bashir's the favorite, obviously. But I could see a big miss happening. What is that? Oh my god. Okay. Tyrone is speaking of Roderick.
Hold on.
I think you're better now. I think you're...
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait, like you could actually hear
Yes! It's not, never mind.
Microphone's not off?
Never mind.
Shit.
Bro.
Hold on, I'm almost home.
Okay, so, why is Scalise being held up for speaker? Because he's the majority leader. It usually makes sense for him to be the next speaker, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think he's gonna get enough support. Andy Bashir is not as hated as because of legislators controlled by Republicans. That is true. He doesn't suck because he can't do anything. I think it's a simple majority for override a veto in Kentucky. So it's like anything he does just gets overridden immediately. Thoughts of Virginia's legislative elections this year? I think Republicans are looking good. Democrats are incompetent, and Youngkin's running a solid statewide campaign. So, only Senator John Kennedy is the best choice for speaker. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Rap. Where's Corey Mills? I saw this. I think Corey Mills is in Israel right now.
Yeah.
Why? Is it like he's trying to save some people, I think?
Yeah, he's evacuating Americans out of Israel.
That's good. Good.
Yeah, Mills has been pleasantly surprisingly really solid for the most part in the House.
What are the chances Ian Miles Ching endorses become speaker? Wasn't there that one image floating around where he supposedly got captured? Oh, man. Will the Israel-Palestine war benefit the GOP or Democrats? I think GOP. I don't like to talk about that, but I think it does.
Hello there.
It somewhat works.
Oh, I just got back.
All right, so what you got to say with the speakership now that your microphone, like, doesn't completely suck?
All right, so first off, I'm going to state I prefer Scalise over McCarthy. I think it was Aliens who said this earlier. We need a speaker who's going to go after what's happening in the DOJ. No, Jordan's not going to do that, because even though Jordan is the head of the House Judiciary Committee and committee, and he's the head of the Weaponization Committee, He refused, obviously I don't expect many people here knows, he refused to let Jonathan Boom, who is an FBI LA, like a Los Angeles FBI agent and one of the biggest whistleblowers on the FBI going after Trump and the Republicans and on Russian corruption, he refused to let Boom testify. He refused to let other FBI whistleblowers testify. If you want someone who's going to go after the Department of Justice and what they're doing against Trump, Jordan's not going to do that.
I never knew
I'm
about
sorry.
that.
He's not going. No, like look up Jonathan Bume, B-U-M-E. Look that up. Jordan has refused to let key pro-Trump FBI whistleblowers testify before Congress about what's going on. Jim Jordan is not going to stop what's happening with the DOJ. He's not serious about his own committee. That's why I don't support him for speaker. Is Scalise definitely more establishmentarian? I absolutely agree that he is. But at the same time, he's solid. He's got respect. Matt Gaetz and several other members of the House Freedom Caucus back him. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be speaker, but I don't see Jordan being speaker because the moderates are already rallying against Jordan. I think by come late October, early November, after 3 or 4 weeks of nonstop voting, I do think Trump's going to end up being the
interim speaker.
I think Trump's going to be speaker.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to do it, but I think he will be more than willing to do it if he absolutely has to. Which I think is actually net positive for him, but that's just me.
Yeah.
And there is an interesting article that Mary Miller sent me on Twitter, and I gotta show this to you guys. It's actually on Twitter. New. Jordan allies in a bid to cripple Scalise's speaker candidacy are sending around FEC documents that show Scalise spent more than $500,000 through his congressional campaign account at DC's Capitol Grille since 2011. That's a lot on stake in lobbyists, one said.
Yeah, it is. But I would also like to remind people Jim Jordan takes over at least $100,000 a year from Google alone, and he takes like $10,000 from Amazon, and he takes like another $10,000 from Facebook and Amazon. I don't think either are trustworthy. I think Jim Jordan's a total fraud. I think people who think Jim Jordan is libased MAGA, like, yeah, sure, he's a Trump loyalist, but there are a lot of awful god-ass Trump loyalists that we shouldn't trust with any power. Like Jared Kushner, I'm sorry, he is a Trump loyalist, but he was fucking awful.
Well, to be fair, he was good at foreign policy, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I prefer Scalise because, one, I mean, I was raised less than 10 miles from the Louisiana border, so I'm biased in that way, but at the same time, I genuinely just do not trust Jordan. I don't trust Jordan on big tech, and I don't trust Jordan on going after the government being weaponized against President Trump, and those are two of the biggest internal issues we need to be focusing on right now.
That is a fair point, that like there is some parts of Jordan where I don't like him, especially big tech. That's the one that's like has always been make me a bit hesitant about him. Like, did he say on Tucker Carlson that they had a plan for big tech and they just never revealed it?
Yeah, no, like, we have a plan for big tech. Like, I'd like to remind you, Trump's put forth a couple of, like, major efforts to try and deal with the big tech companies while he was president, and Jim Jordan was, like, one of the first Republicans to come out against them. Almost consistently.
Yeah, so I think that is a good point. That's like, I don't think either's be speaker. You know, this is shaping to be a slap fest.
I think Scalise had. I think Jordan is the resist vote, but he doesn't have a good shot at being speaker. He's definitely gotten some surprise endorsements, but I just don't think the math is there because most Republicans in the House are not going to be open. Well, yeah, I don't think enough Republicans are going to be open to voting for him. I think Scalise had a serious shot at it, but after what he did with the conference,
that was stupid. That was absolutely idiotic.
That was fucking stupid. If he had just bid his time and waited for it to fall in his lap, it would have.
Because I mean, like, all he had to do.
I think he was getting anxious about McCarthy because there was all of that noise that for the past couple of days about how moderates are going to start voting for McCarthy again. I think that he was just. I think what Scalise was trying to do was he was trying to garner the moderates to support him, so that because we already touched on how Scalise and McCarthy fucking hate each other.
Yeah, nobody talks about, but you look at the articles in Political, they all say Scalise and McCarthy had icy relationship. No, they just hate each other.
No, they straight up hate each other. I'm sick of people. Scalise is not establishment. Scalise was a very long, like Scalise was one of the first Louisiana Republicans to come out in support of Trump. But at the same time, he's definitely not like this. He's definitely America. I think he's definitely America first, but I also think he's in that weird position, like he's a very war hawkish America first type candidate.
Like
Also,
Tom
I see
Cotton.
really good on the issue. Yeah. Well, hold on.
Okay, so he got yeeted. But yeah, so I think that he did bring a good point about the.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
On
but yeah, go
yeah,
on.
I think Scalise is kind of like, I think he's like a Tom Cotton MAGA Republican, and frankly, I also want to point this out. At a news conference about 4 hours ago, I posted it in the chat. The Biden admin said that they are going to stop supplying foreign aid to Ukraine for their war. So now the Ukraine is not in the cards for Republicans, either Jordan or, by the way, I'd like to point out, Jordan says he would go against Ukraine, but he initially supported aid to Ukraine, so I just don't trust Jordan on that either. Like, I'm sorry. I think Jordan's a fraud when it comes to Ukraine.
That is true. But yeah, I think that the whole thing was he should have supported that 270 motion, where it's like, we're not leaving this frickin' room until somebody gets 217. He should have done that. And apparently Tom Emmer's pissed off with Scalise right now, because he wanted to be the majority leader. Apparently he doesn't have the votes anymore now. Because apparently they were going to vote on it there, but they decided to rush through the speakership stuff, ignore everything, try to ram it through, and apparently Emmer doesn't have the votes now.
Well, good. Fuck Emmer. I hate Emmer.
It looks like Donald's the front runner, so.
I think Emmer would have been an objective downgrade, frankly.
Yeah.
Remember, Emmer is not trustworthy because he was a very, 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 very big time, like, pro-Somali. He is just as bad as the rest of the Minnesota Republicans when it comes to immigration and dealing with those types of issues, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's and plus he just cost us 2022. That's a different story. But yeah, I mean, he definitely is a guy that he's not happy with Scalise, it sounds like right now. Would it be funny
he's a fucking garbage candidate. Like, people who trust Emmers, I'm sorry. I'm not like,
I don't trust him. Like,
I think Donald's is better. I think what needs to happen is I think the most likely outcome right now overall is I think Donald's is going to become a majority leader.
I think so too.
But I think Scalise and Jordan are going to work something out. I think that Jordan's biggest issue with like foreign policy in Ukraine, I think that they are going to force Scalise to chill the fuck out on that. And I think that's actually best case scenario because foreign policy is like consistently the thing Scalise is terrible on. Sorry, go ahead, Rap.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say, like, this entire thing I think was stupid with how they handled the conference. Why the hell did they convene and leave that early? What was the point of that? Oh yes, we're gonna meet for 2 hours and we're gonna vote immediately, then leave. You got a bare majority. And instead of, talking it over for 24 hours, you just leave immediately and prepare a vote on the House floor? Which we're not doing now, because I realize they don't got the votes. They don't got the votes, so...
yeah, that was really stupid of them.
General Hydra for 2. So who's going to be the House Speaker? Who knows? That's big question.
I personally favor Scalise. Just to be clear, I think Jordan isn't... I just want to say this. In case Heat or aliens are thinking otherwise, I think Jordan would be fine. I have my issues with Jordan. Fine is relatively speaking here. But I think Jordan would be an objective upgrade over McCarthy.
Oh, easy.
And I would support him. My representative, Michael Cloud, is supporting McCarthy. So...
let's see here.
I will say I am still supporting Jordan. I have next to no trust in Scalise, and I think he could potentially even be worse than McCarthy.
There is a possibility.
I don't trust him on foreign aid at all.
That is one part where there is a possibility. I don't think it's likely, but there is a possibility he sucks completely. That's...
I'm not denying that, but there's also.
I think Scalise was also also played a big role in the midterms and screwing over MAGA candidates.
No, that was
primaries.
McCarthy and Emmer. That was McCarthy and Emmer's doing.
I think I heard something about him interfering in the Michael Cassidy race in Mississippi.
That's the only one that I think he did. Hold on.
That was still inexcusable.
Kevin Hearn. That's an interesting choice. He's been brought up a lot, but it doesn't seem like he gains any traction. It's weird. I think Kevin Hearn would be a good option, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Because every time somebody brings his name up, he just doesn't get anything. That's a part where it doesn't make any sense. Everybody likes him, but it seems like nobody wants to support him. Don't know. Did you get Tom Tiffany for Speaker from Wisconsin? That's not going to happen, sadly. Breaking, White House says boots on ground is an option in Iran. Wait, what?
Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. You guys know that Josh Krueger, Philadelphia journalist that got killed, right? It literally just came out of an investigation that the dude who killed him, that was 19.
Yeah.
Josh Krueger had been forcing him into a homosexual relationship since he was 15 years old.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Look at that. He had been forcing him to engage in sexual acts since he was 15 and threatened to post sexually explicit photos of him online had the family raised any objections.
Okay, for those that don't know, Josh Krueger, he's a journalist that got killed a couple days ago.
He was a journalist.
Or quote-unquote journalist, but yeah. Like I said, quote-unquote. But he got killed, and his friends, try to grift off it. I don't freaking know, but turns out...
his friend,
Let me actually pull this up. Because this is actually a big story that happened, where he got, stabbed a bunch of his girlfriend and, nothing. Yeah, here it is.
All right. Mary Miller's saying Scalise was involved in the Palazzo race. All right.
Yeah, I knew about that one. Right here, Josh Krueger, the left-wing journalist. Yep. Wow. This entire situation is bizarre. I knew that something didn't seem right at the start when I first saw the video. It just seemed like there was something, missing. I don't know. But I mean, what is up with just these random I don't think that's not a random stabbing, but it's what the hell is going on with this country?
Imperial decline.
True. Does Jordan still have a chance? He does, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think his chances are very, very, very slim.
His only way is if some of the moderates vote present and he gets in like that. Did you see that the Taliban endorsed Jordan? That's such a stupid meme. Oh, man.
What the fuck, I love Jim Jordan now?
Bro, what? Let's see here. Biden has literally caused this world to go to hell. True. And I guess they're talking about putting boots on the ground in Iran.
I think Biden wants his war because he thinks that wartime presidents automatically do better in re-election.
Usually that's the case, but in this case, it's no.
It's not going to work here. It's going to hurt him because the American population in general is just much more anti-war. And with everything going to shit at home, I really don't think people are going to just forget about it.
Well, it's this is not what happened with 9/11, where it's we were attacked directly, and then that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a conflict in the Middle East, and again, I'm hoping that Israel wins. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying that I hope they do. I'm just saying that's not our war.
SJW libtard.
What? But no, that's not our war. Nothing in the Middle East that is not our conflict. Now, if we get directly attacked, that's a different story. But yeah, just my opinion.
But rap, Israel's our greatest ally.
In the Middle East, yeah, but it's not really saying much. But they are an ally.
I love Turkey.
No, we're not even gonna get that. But Israel is an ally. But I'm just saying, we can't bankrupt ourselves. We already spent $200 billion on Ukraine. Wait, why do we have to spend another $100 billion?
Oh, speaking of Ukraine, I would like to point out that President Biden has been a total fucking joke. We've spent $100 billion on. I tweeted this out. Rap knows what I'm talking about. Some of you might be able to figure out what my new Twitter account is based off that. We've spent over $100 billion on Ukraine in the past 2 years. We've spent $6 billion on Iran, and that $6 billion basically went directly to Hamas. a bunch of the aid, like the firearms and whatnot, that we sent to Ukraine, and by the way, we're also abandoned in Afghanistan. That's important too. Have all showed up with Hamas, and now we've given $8 billion to Israel, and we're sending another $2 billion to them. Like, President Biden has been a total fucking joke.
I mean, yeah, that's like how much? Like, it was 80 billion in Afghanistan. I think we left, right? It was some crazy amount. We just left behind. It's like, I don't care if they can't use it. They're just gonna sell it to the Russians or something. Well, apparently they sold it to the Hamas group. You know, it's like, that's just common sense. What do you think's gonna happen? At least destroy the weapons. But no, they just had to leave it. Cole Langdon for 2. Did you see that Zelensky's going to Israel? Loser. I did not see that.
Zelensky's mad his prime time was removed.
It just, that guy is just, I don't know. We should only go to war when it benefits or defends America. Exactly. And how does this benefit America right now? If it's not a threat to the United States, I'm just being real here. Chance of George DeSantis to become Speaker of the House. He's gonna get expelled.
Bro, he's getting fucking expelled. I have a friend who works for...
Can we just talk about how he's getting expelled, but not Ilhan Omar, who's literally defending terrorists?
No, that's Tlaib.
Oh, it's Tlaib. All right,
Tlaib has a Palestinian flag outside her office. We're next to a pride flag. You can't make this up.
The Republicans are too busy trying to expel Santos. Lovely.
It's unbelievable.
I love this party.
It's just like they're focused on Santos, but they're not worried about the person that's supporting a terrorist group? There's a flag outside her office? Oh, man. Breaking news. The UAW strike expands.
Good.
United Auto Workers Union expands the strike and has 8,700 workers walk off the job at Ford's largest plant. Oh, boy. This is gonna... We still haven't seen the economic...
Trump's winning Michigan.
I mean, yeah, I think that these workers striking, they're not too happy with Biden. I don't think they're going to magically vote against him or vote for him just because you're Democrat. But yeah, I think that, you know, the UAW strike, we still got to see the political impact of this. But...
Trump's winning Michigan.
We just got to see, but... You know, the fact that they are striking...
James Craig leading in polling. Yeah, it looked like James Craig is going to be the nominee for Michigan.
Thank God. Mike Rogers was a disaster. Absolute failure.
We have more hope in Michigan Senate than the Wisconsin and PA Senate.
We won't talk Wisconsin.
There's literally... We have nothing in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
we need to run Tim Michaels.
True.
People aren't allowed to have nice things in business.
Bro, yeah, Tim Michaels unironically our best option.
Who else is there?
David Clark. Princess Writer for 2. New poll today showed Trump +7 in Michigan. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, +7 in Michigan. I saw it.
See that. Where is the poll?
Oh, yeah, Ryan Gerdusky, I think his name is. He's coping about it. He said, yeah, he's saying...
that guy's pathetic.
Oh, that guy said, even with this...
Well, I mean, Gerdusky, everyone knows Gerdusky, as we like to call him.
But no.
Yeah.
Again...
He's a closet homo, unironically.
What? Okay, anyways, whatever. But either way, it's like... The guy, like, he admitted that that's a Trump +7 poll. But he said, despite this being a Trump +7 poll and Trump +9 in Pennsylvania, Biden has the Rust Belt locked down.
Such a joke. I mean, how do you can't just say that. You can't just say that, oh yes, Trump's leading in Michigan and Pennsylvania and the RCP for the first time literally ever, but Biden's got it locked down. I mean, Gay Dusky is just obviously a grifter.
Well, I mean, I think it just... A lot of these people just don't want to accept that Trump's be the nominee. I think we're at that stage where they just don't want Trump for whatever reason.
Well, I've had a new theory where you can tell which side is losing by who is nitpicking crosstabs the most. Yeah. And right now it's the DeSantis and the Democrats.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this.
If you look at the age group, it doesn't exactly line up with the 2020 or the 2012 exit polls. So Biden +12.
It's really pathetic how people I used to respect, like Pedro Gonzalez
That
and James
guy's lost it.
have
I'm
just,
sorry.
yeah, no, like, I used to respect them a lot. They used to be really good, but they've completely fucking lost it.
I mean,
it's actually hilarious what's happened to them.
It's not even just like, being anti-Trump, it's just anti-MAGA. They're making, Pedro Gonzalez is making fun of America First and MAGA people.
I used to follow those too, but I never exactly liked them. They always kind of annoyed me, even when they pretended to be MAGA. There was always something off about them. And, well, it's obvious why now.
Well, you cannot make up what some of these people are saying. Ron DeSantis is no, they probably believe the Chris Christie plus 14 poll in New Hampshire. They probably believe that as a gospel, but yeah. You guys see that poll, by the way?
Oh, which
No,
one?
I didn't.
Chris Christie plus 14 in New Hampshire.
I'm not sure about that one.
The sample size was 36. I think it was
Assemblywoman Carol Murphy, New Jersey, she will be seeking the open New Jersey 3 House seat being vacated by Andy Kim.
That's gonna be a mess, I think.
David Wildstein.
What the Dems think that the Rust Belt is in the bag. Maybe they will spend money in Indiana or Missouri. Oh, they're gonna spend money in Missouri, I guarantee it. Was Josh Hawley? Missouri's gonna be close because reasons.
Oh, did you guys see Sri Thanadar resigned from the DSA?
Ooh, oh yeah, I saw that. Bro, like, what do they think by supporting Hamas they're gonna gain popularity or something? Like, what's the thinking?
Oh, did you see that tweet
brings
from
up
Benny?
a good point, I think, talking about the dissents. A lot of the dissents do, in fact, just oppose Trump because they want to be unique and stand out, and they want to like look smarter than everyone.
Did you guys see a tweet by Benny
Johnson
saying Trump's going to win 50% of Black Americans and 30% of Democrats?
Real.
That's not going to happen. I think, but I do think there is a take out there where I think he will do better with Black voters. I think he will.
They're definitely gonna trend right.
But I don't think that's going to be probably more due to the fact that I think Black turnout's going to suck so badly. That's what I think's going to happen. I have this feeling they're just not going to vote. So, Trump won't win a single county in 2024. Man.
I mean, maybe in like Massachusetts. That is right. I was gonna say Hawaii, but frankly, it's going to win Maui County.
We just gotta see. The Dems have Lucas Kuntz in Missouri, who's running a completely plastic, fake, moderate populist campaign. Yeah, he reminds me of Beto, back in 2018.
Yeah, he ran in 22 and narrowly lost the primary there.
Let's see here. You shouldn't. Hold on. What are the chances Santos gets expelled? It's 99%. It's over. I'm gonna laugh if Santos gets expelled, runs for office, wins again.
He should.
I mean, he can. From NBC.
Okay, yeah, I just found that tweet you were talking about with Gerdusky. Holy shit, he's fucking lost it.
You think I was kidding?
Insane.
And he has Georgia. He has Georgia locked up.
I'm looking at it. No, I'm looking at it right now. The poll literally says Michigan by Trump by 7 points, and he has Biden winning it by a likely margin.
Oh.
This doesn't make sense. Here. I'll post the tweet.
I have it in chat. I already posted it.
You see this with the dissents and Dems on Twitter. I mean, they're basically the same thing. They're just convinced that Biden's easily going to win, even though none of the actual accurate indicators show it at all.
Look at this. He has Georgia, like a lockdown for Trump. He has New Mexico likely, but he has Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada leaning.
That's ridiculous.
He has Virginia likely.
That makes no sense. Oh my god, this guy is insane.
He has one of Nebraska's districts likely Republican. Oh my god.
Nebraska's first.
Alaska.
Look at Maine's second.
Maine's second lead.
Oh my.
But Maine first is safe, but Maine at large is what the hell?
Florida is safe. What is he on?
Fine,
right
you can
now?
debate Florida. Fine, you can say it's likely. Whatever.
Nah, Florida's definitely safe. That state's just gone.
This is what he says. Even with this poll, Biden is still favored to win re-election. 60-40, 65-35 chance.
No sense.
That's not even true anymore because now Trump's leading in the aggregate in Pennsylvania.
And Michigan.
This is the median from recent statewide polling. Oh, he used the median. He didn't even use the average. So he picked like 3 polls.
Who uses the median? I've never used the median used for polling.
He picked, I guarantee you, there's like this poll plus 2 others. There's like a Biden plus 3 poll and a Biden plus 4 poll. The median's Biden plus 3. That's what he used. Oh my gosh. And this guy's a conservative. This guy was one of the most conservative people on Twitter 2 years ago.
I'm pretty sure that the pollster that polled these states the most was POS Strategies.
No, I'm sending this shit to my friend. At RW Populism. I'm fucking sending this shit to him. Let me send that.
RW, I know who he is. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He and I are going out for drinks next month. It's gonna be fun.
General Hydra for 2. Brandon Herrera is running. He is going to win. I think he's going to win. Hopefully. But you're from Texas, Tyrone. How do you think about Herrera?
What happened?
How do you think about Brandon Herrera's chances against Tony Gonzalez?
I think Gonzalez is going to fuck up hard. I really want Herrera to win. I think we're gonna have to wait, but I think Herrera was awesome. I think Brandon Herrera is going to do what. Does anyone here remember when Joey Salads tried to run for Congress?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think Herrera is going to do what Joey Salads did, but I think he's going to actually manage to pull it off. I think that Herrera is a glimpse into what's going to come. We're not going to see proper 20th century mass politics and people mass mobilizing, but I think I think politically active YouTubers like Herrera and whatnot, I think that they are going to be a good example of what's to come and what the future of voting and the electorate and how people vote is going to look like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that Herrera's going to do. I think he's going to come close. I just got to see I think he can win. I don't know if he will, but this is interesting. Garrett Vanderkar.
That just reminded me when Salads drank his own piss.
Oh God! Don't remind me of that. Garrett Vanderkar for 2. If the UAW endorses Trump, can he win Minnesota?
He's not going. The UAW is not going to endorse Trump. That's not happening. I'm sorry, but even the UAW is still an institutionally Democrat. But thing. They're just not going to endorse Biden.
I do think after the key 6, the next state to flip would be Minnesota.
But for the UAW, they're not even that big of a presence in Minnesota. I don't think. You got in the Iron Range. You got some miners, but that's about it.
I gotta go, guys. It was fun streaming with y'all.
All right, good luck, good speed. Good luck, Mr. Trump 2024 enjoyer. But yeah, so, have you seen where DeSantis has fallen to single digits in the primary polls? Oh, those are fake. But even POS has him down in 3rd. POS strategies. Ron DeSantis in 3rd place. Are those fake? I mean, you cannot seriously say DeSantis' own pollster has been 3rd. Like 12%.
I don't even pay attention to the Rob campaign anymore.
No,
it's just over.
POS released a poll. DeSantis at 12, Nikki Haley at 14% in Iowa. Is that a fake poll?
Yeah, he'll probably get 2nd in Iowa just because of how much he's putting into the state, but he's going to get below 2nd in New Hampshire. He's going to get below 2nd in South Carolina. What was that one Nevada poll? Finally got
I know you're talking about.
I mean, look. I forget. I just know Trump got a lot.
I don't get it.
Here it is. Oh yeah, Rob at 13%.
Rob.
Nikki Haley at 6. He might get 2nd in Nevada.
From now on, I petition to call Ron DeSantis Rob DeVoters.
DeVoters? But okay, I have a serious question for
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
Robbing the voters.
I mean, this is a serious question for y'all. Is there any way DeSantis can make a political comeback? Not now, but in like 10 years.
No, because he's just too socially inept. He's not presidential material inherently.
People are saying he's going to be a Nixon-like candidate. He's not going to be a Nixon-like candidate.
Well, I said that I made the argument that if you wait 10 years, he could try. I don't think it will. He could try to be a Nixon type, but I don't think it's going to work. Because Nixon.
The problem with Rob is that he has clear signs of at least some levels of autism, and he displays I don't mean that as an insult. I'm just saying purely running for president. That's not good.
We're gonna have a fucking
And-
problem here.
he also had some like straight up antisocial tendencies. Just looking at how he acts in public, this guy does not know how to act. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know how to talk.
I mean, he doesn't even dress properly. Look what Trump posted on Truth Social with the boots.
He dresses like a joke.
Did he see out the boots? How the guy like drew over the boots and it's like
he might as well have a clown. He might as well have a clown costume at this point.
I gotta bring that up. Trump, Truth Social, DeSantis, boots. It's freaking hilarious. And the funny thing is, he's probably not far off from the truth. I gotta get this. Hold on. I mean, I just posted in chat.
I mean, Rob has become the Jeb Bush of this primary cycle. It's not.
Look what
it's
I
not
posted.
even a narrow second or anything.
That's what Trump posted on his Truth Social page. Look at this. I posted on the chat. Look at this. I mean, it's so sad. It's so easy to mock him. Because that's what it looks like. When you look at it like that, I mean, whose shoes look like that anyways? I mean,
yeah, no, I don't think anyone actually wears that.
I mean, it just, why? Just dress normal. Why have those cowboy boots? Once in a while, fine. But wearing it everywhere?
He's not even from Texas. Florida doesn't have cowboys like Texas does.
He's from the Jacksonville area.
Well, okay, it's like, fine. If you want to wear it once in a while, fine. But he wears it daily, it seems like. I mean, but somebody drew it, it's like...
To address someone in chat, I think Gates is going to run in 28. He'll probably win the governor's race.
He said he's not going to run.
Did he not? I said
he's not running for. He's not running for governor.
He said he won't.
And to check the wiki.
I literally don't believe that because I talked to him because I have a friend who's a staffer and he said that Gates plans to run for governor. He's fucking lying through his teeth.
Well, we just got to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think he's denied.
Rap, do you regret initially leaning DeSantis? Yes. Because, listen, I hope that he was going to be Trump, but better. I'm not one of those people that want DeSantis to fail because I want him to fail. I just want him to succeed, but he sucks. He's absolutely incompetent.
Hey, Rap, I'm sorry in advance for this.
What? Who's this? What?
Oh.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
Good morning.
Bro, what?
What?
Nothing.
It's yeah, dude. Remember?
It's
ye.
It's ye.
It's yeah. That's how you say it. I thought it was yeah.
No,
Right.
it is yeah.
We were about to end this. This is a good time to probably end the stream.
A new challenger has approached.
Oh man.
Oh, you can't do that. He just joined us.
I'm kidding. But
That's
so
wild.
welcome to the
Hello.
chat, good sir. So yeah, we're just talking about the DeSantis campaign, how it's absolutely incompetent.
In the fucking gutter, yeah.
I
I
mean,
think in the gutter's too generous of a description, honestly.
I'm being honest. What is there any campaign worse than DeSantis for presidential campaign?
Asa Hutchinson, if you want to count that, but
I'm
not
talking
really.
whatever because that doesn't really count because he's at 2%. Nobody cares about him. I think it's. I mean, the guy from the 80s.
Are we
the
just
Democrats.
talking about? Are we just talking presidentially?
Presidential.
You
We're
mean
not.
you mean the caucus?
Okay, because all I was gonna say is he makes
No, there's
Brnovich's
different one.
campaign look good.
Well, Barinovich didn't do anything, so that was
He
funny.
just gave up.
I remember when Barinovich, he was still begging for signatures like 5 months in his campaign. It was getting 2 likes per tweet.
That was a funny primary.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking like only one I could think of is DeSantis.
By the way, we haven't really talked about Arizona.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't talked about Arizona at all. I think Lake's a fucking mental person who's crazy, but I think she's the only candidate who can actually win.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to Lake, I think she had a good rally yesterday, in my opinion. I think it was overall solid, but I still got some questions.
I looked
her
into the
issues-
race. I looked into the race a bit last night, and I looked at the polling on the Wikipedia page, and it consistently shows that Lake gained slightly, adding Sinema to the ticket.
Her
Like, it's a narrow
issues page is phenomenal, right? I think in a vacuum of just pretend 2022 Gov never existed, I think she would win. It's just she has universal name ID in Arizona right now, and it's not for the better considering what happened last year.
That is true.
I think if you just look at her issues page, you look at who she is, look at her as a person, look at her optics. If you just start your opinion of her from yesterday's rally, I think she wins. I think she wins pretty handily, especially in a swing state like Arizona. But it's hard to pivot that hard whenever you've already ran a general election at the top of the ticket and lost narrowly.
Yeah, especially only like less than 2 years after the last one, which we will
I
not
say
talk
this
about.
this just happened.
Yeah.
I don't think that really matters as much as
I think it does.
I really don't. I don't think anyone's going to vote against her because she lost the governor's race 2 years ago.
I think the
especially since she's focusing
more so
on the
the
issues.
aftermath of
She's
what
not.
happened.
She's not even really talking about the election anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say I agree with him on that. It's less of her campaign and what happened. It's more of just the aftermath.
Yeah, because the problem with the aftermath is like the election stuff, fine, you could say whatever, but it went on for like 8 months or something crazy. It's still actually going on, I think, right?
She's still fighting it. So is Hamadeh.
Well, Hamadeh, I think, has a real case, but that's just my opinion. But
No, Hamadeh has no fucking future.
I know he got screwed, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
That's my opinion, but yeah.
I also want to bring up looking at polling last night. I was looking at last night, and I was looking at who Sinema was taking. She takes roughly an equal amount from the two candidates. She takes Republicans from Lake, but she takes independents from Gallego, particularly left-wing independents. And I think Lake has what she should do is how she should handle Sinema, how Trump should handle RFK, is attack her for being a liberal and frame the race around that.
Oh.
Because if she does that, she'll gain a lot of those Republicans.
Speaking of a
that are currently
liberal,
supporting Sinema.
James just joined, finally.
Yeah,
So
finally
basically she has room to grow. She just needs to handle the race correctly.
James, as a leftist, what do you think of Arizona for the Senate race?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm supporting Gallego, but
Boo!
of course you're gonna say that.
At least vote for Sinema or something, not Gallego. That guy sucks.
It's okay. James is stuck in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Connecticut. But yeah, I mean, the Arizona Senate race is gonna be a mess next year. I mean, how much percent is
that's gonna be?
Go on.
It's gonna be like It's gonna be like the 2022 Pennsylvania Senate for 2024.
I'm just trying to wonder. It's like, what percent does Sinema get?
way less than what she pulls at. Let's put that to bed right now.
Probably.
She's gonna be at like 15% probably throughout the election. She will probably barely crack 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
People are going to say she's going to get 15%, she's going to get 20%, and polling is notoriously awful whenever there's a big third party race. Look at the Oregon race last year. Look at 2016. Look at like other races around the country. I'm putting it up as toss up, and I'm not going to change my mind unless I just see like a huge polling advantage one way or the other, because it's just it just depends on who shows up, and it depends on what percent of people who say they're going to vote for Sinema actually do.
True.
I think a good amount of those Republicans will come home by election day, and I think less of those independents will return to Gallego.
Let's see here.
I think that ultimately, Arizona 2020 and 2022 are going to look a lot like Indiana 0608.
I still am not. I'm not liking the chances of Arizona, but I could see the argument where it's like, oh, it was just like a 2-year stretch of like crap. Prince Writer for 2. Breitbart is reporting that 20 GOP Republicans are against Scalise. Oh God, it's 20 again.
I also want to say one last thing before we move on to the next discussion. Even if a state Republican Party does go to shit, it's not dead permanently. I would like to remind people that the state GOP in Virginia notoriously started being really, really, really fucking bad. But Youngkin is representative of the fact that they're finally getting their shit together, and now they're set to win a legislative majority.
Well, I don't know about
entirely possible. I've seen some polling that says it's entirely possible what's happening in Arizona has just been a fluke.
I think it's more likely Georgia would have been more fluke, but Arizona,
I think Georgia's more.
The problem with like Arizona is the demographics are the people moving there. That's not good.
I am very confident on Georgia in 24.
At least with Georgia, like, you have a big vote base. You can still get out in, like, the rural parts. Arizona, you don't got that. You got, like, 2 people in, like, Pinal County, and that's it, you know?
And in Georgia, just, like, no, Brexit is not real to bed right now. But, like, there's no doubt that the black voters are not swinging left anymore. They stopped swinging left in 2012. They've only moved right since then. That probably won't stop anytime soon. They will hit a ceiling eventually.
Yeah.
But in terms of where they're going right now, they're not going to move left next year. They're going to move right. And if they move right in combination with white suburbanites not moving one way or the other, or even shifting right themselves, I think Trump's going to win Georgia by probably about half a point, maybe a point. Arizona, I think he probably loses it by close to 2.
I think Georgia's like over 5 right now.
Well, that's a hot take. I wouldn't say
not.
that.
It really isn't.
I think
it's not. Here's the thing with the black swing to the right, the state isn't really going to trend left much, if at all, for that matter. And if Trump is winning the popular vote, that's going to be a roughly 5-point swing minimum, 4 to 5 to the right nationally, and that would push Georgia to around R+4, 5, 6. So
I think it's be like R+4.
And another thing is that in 22, Trump was polling close to Brian Kemp. He was not polling close to Herschel Walker. He was polling close to Brian Kemp, who won by, I believe, 7.5 points.
You do have a point there. In Trump's approval rating in Georgia from like his opinion of him as president is like +8 and Biden's like -12.
Biden's collapsed in Georgia. So I am very confident.
If you just ignore 2020, you just look at polling. Every poll indicates that Georgia is still like an R+7 state in terms of their opinion of Trump, their opinion of Biden, and how they voted last year, and what their polling says about 2024. But you just have to look at 2020 and say, okay, he lost it narrowly. Mm-hmm. He's probably going to win it next year, but polarization is probably going to keep it within 3, pretty much no matter what.
I want to bring up is that
like the North Carolina of sorts.
I also want to bring up that the most pro-Trump Republican on that ticket in 22 was not Herschel Walker. It was actually Burt Jones, and he won by 5 points as well. Though I don't know how well-funded his opponent was.
It was an OG race. Nobody cared about it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you.
Let's see here.
People do pay attention to those things.
Let's see here. How much goodwill does Biden still have from 2020? 0. He has nothing. There's no goodwill left.
His approval rating has dropped 20 to 30 points, depending on what poll you look at. At this point, the only reason Trump is not running away with this in like an electoral landslide is a combination of polarization and the like 95 charges he's under currently.
It's mainly just the lawfare. That's why they're doing it, because Trump would easily landslide without it.
Dustin Carter for 2.
Last shot.
Race to White House is Trump winning Georgia by 2.5. That again, I think it's be like 2 to 3%. You know, that's why I think it should be right now. But I could have like possibly 5, maybe. But we just gotta see.
I'm kind of a doomer. I'm going with 1.5 personally.
I just look at the national popular vote and then apply the trends I expect to happen. That's where I get my margin.
Let's see. Biden's only appeal is Bloom's bad. Yeah. That's his only appeal right now. And that's even fading. Because, like, people realize I don't like Trump, but he was actually a good president compared to this bozo.
I was going to say, every single poll.
Biden's got more of an appeal than Hillary.
Wow. That's like,
well, at this point, he may actually be a weaker candidate than Hillary.
There is no candidate weaker than Hillary.
I am saying right now, Biden is a weaker candidate. In 2024, he is a weaker candidate than Hillary.
Here's what I will say. No matter what, Biden still has an appeal to blue-collar union voters in Michigan. Compared to Hillary, she had none. So I think he does have that advantage, but that's about it.
I don't think so. Hillary actually... In the exit polls, Hillary actually won on the economic issue. Biden is going to get crushed.
Yeah, but back then people did not trust Trump in the economy. But yeah,
on pretty much every poll we look at, where they ask people, okay, Trump versus Biden, who do you think's better on this, and that? Every single issue, but like abortion and like I don't even know, like in terms of like his morality, Trump is winning is like 50 to 28.
I saw
he's winning by 20 points in every single thing.
Even abortion is like only down by 7 or something like that. It's not by much. I was going to say,
yeah, like on the economy, he's down by 25 against Trump on the economy. That is not. I cannot.
There is
I cannot
no
look at that.
mathematical way you can there's no way mathematically an incumbent president can get out of being down on economics by 25 points against their opponent.
Outside
and
of Trump being in a
survive on
jail cell, and even then, I think it's going to be close, even with that.
Desert Carter for 2. Republicans have room to grow in Black Belt in South Georgia. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, like with even the lawfare, it's like, yeah, even if Trump gets like thrown in jail, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, I just don't see it because the problem that is Team Trump is going to use every motion loophole in the book to avoid that. So I don't think we're going to see him in jail. But even then, it's like the stuff coming up about Hunter Biden and what Biden did with the Chinese. It's like, what's worse? Trump supposedly.
You're forgetting the most important thing to come out of the news recently.
What?
Frank Biden cockpicks.
Oh God, no!
More Biden cockpicks. Yes, we need this.
We need more cock picks right now. This will win us 24.
Wake up,
Joe
new
Biden
Hunter
could
Biden
win.
cockpicks
Oh,
dropped.
Joe
jeez.
Biden.
It's literally the Patrick meme. Where just look at it, look at it,
Look at it.
look at it.
Look at it.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
exactly.
What if Kemp refused to pardon Trump? I don't think he can pardon Trump.
Yeah,
Trump's-
he can.
He's already said he won't, I think.
Brian Kemp's
The
gonna
governor of
follow
Georgia-
the rule of the law.
The governor of Georgia cannot pardon people, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally without of
They
his
can, I
power.
think they
They
could
won't.
change the law, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's like
Yeah.
a pardoning board.
The governor cannot. They appoint the board that does pardons, which means they can technically be like, okay, I'm only going to appoint you if you listen to me. But once they get on there, they don't really have to listen to him anyway. It's kind of like Texas is different. Texas is like the governor has to recommend it. I mean, he has a little bit of control over it, but Georgia is like it is purely on the board.
Let's see here, Senator.
Texas is unique because they're one of the few states where the governor can actually have a direct say in who gets pardoned. Most states don't have that power. That's just almost uniquely Texas thing. Go
Okay.
ahead, Rap.
Senator Tommy Tuberville has reported former CIA Director Michael Hayden to the Capitol Police over his tweet calling for him to be removed from the human race. Yeah, what's that about?
The CIA. Here's the thing: that he's too used to doing that as the director of the CIA. He just kind of forgot that's not really public information.
Yeah,
I
I mean, look, I don't know why people are being surprised. A former
know.
American, like a Bush era American general who was elected to be CIA director, is now saying we need to kill this man. Like he's literally a former general turned CIA director. What do you people expect from him?
Yeah, but I don't
this
think-
is what the Glow Feds have been doing for the past 25 years.
I think people are just surprised he said it publicly. That's why people, I think, are surprised.
I'm not, and I welcome him saying it publicly. More people need to see how fucking awful these people are.
Let's see here. Georgia will become Titanium Leanar. I don't think so.
North Carolina?
He meant North
No,
Carolina.
Georgia.
You-
I think
You know what,
North Carolina is
we haven't
likely.
discussed it.
I think if we're talking about North Carolina, I think Mark Robinson's going to win. But it's-
Absolutely.
I think-
Robinson's gonna win.
Mark
Trump's gonna win
Robinson.
by probably 3.5, 4 points.
I mean-
Over 5.
Yeah, I'll take the chip here. I'm not
Robinson-
eating pickles for you.
Robinson's one
I'm
of the best
having
candidates
pickles.
Republicans got. So, I think he's going to win. You know, because he's going to get an incompetent candidate. I mean, he's done like 2 events right now, and he's like thrown everything at Robinson about, oh, he said something mean about, you know, people in the LGBT community. His polling numbers went up after that. You know, it's
Josh,
like,
yeah, I'll say
Hey,
Josh
guys, hold on,
Stein.
guys. I have an important question. My dad is a white-collar professional. Dad, what do you think Trump's going to do to Biden in the 24 election?
He's gonna beat the shit out of the woke socialist Democrat.
Thanks, Dad. I love you.
I agree. That's wild, dude.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, the thing with Josh Stein is, yes, he's won statewide on the same ballot as Trump, but at the same time, that's just the Attorney General. How long has it been since the Republicans won the AG seat? Have they ever won it?
North
Like-
Carolina, I don't think ever.
I don't think ever, because it was Cooper's seat until Stein won it by half a point, and then he won re-election by like 0.4. So it's one of those things where people say, "Oh my God, statewide Democrat in North Carolina, he's gonna, that means he's a strong candidate." But like, when your race is it's just blue or down ballot, no Republican has ever won that seat, and you almost lose it. I think he's a meh candidate. I think he's not going to be a pushover. But I think Mark Robinson he's got a good campaign team, and he's very good. He's already pretty much pivoted to the general, and it's like almost a year out from the primary. So I don't
Oh
even
god,
know.
we got breaking news for the 2024 presidential election. Cenk Uygur just announced he is running for president United States.
Let's go, Cenk Uygur! Let's go!
I mean, he's gonna get disqualified. 'cause
James, let the
he's not
meme
a
survive for 5 seconds. It happened.
Great
Cenk
news for
Uygur.
Masters.
Let's go, Cenk Uygur!
Cenk Uygur.
He's gonna get like disqualified in like 10 minutes or so.
Oh, James, trust the plan. He's gonna change the Constitution.
I'm really
Rio.
upset Blake isn't running for Senate anymore because
Oh
I was
my
really looking forward
gosh.
to the great news for Masters meme coming back to
Oh,
life.
I
Joe
wanted
Biden
to
is
bring
down-
it back.
Joe
I
Biden's down
love that.
24 points on the
So much.
economy. So true, Cenk. So true.
No, listen, Cenk Uygur, he's not even in America. He wasn't even born in America. Neither of his parents were, right? So it's like, how can he
he's
run?
not he can't.
Wait,
Running.
how about this? Cenk Uygur / Dr. Oz tickets.
Real. The Turkey
Oh.
Unified Moderate ticket.
This election is gonna be the biggest clusterfuck next year, isn't it?
It's just gonna be a shit show. I'll be honest with you.
Yes, free
But-
content.
Back to the Masters thing. I was so ready. Like it was my dream in life next year. I didn't care about Trump winning. I didn't care about anything else. I wanted to wake up on November 10th, 2024 to news that Blake Masters has been reelected or has been elected to the Senate. I would have posted one thing. Great news for Masters. And now it's gone.
Man.
Now it's gone. I will never get to say it because he's
gonna
not
run for
running
House.
next year.
He's gonna run for the House. He probably pull Paul Gosar's and yeah.
I want him in Paul Gosar's seat. I don't. Listen, he's gonna carpet bag because he lives in Tucson, but still, it's got to happen. I want it to happen. I don't care if he carpet bags.
Hey, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, how'd you say it? How did you say it? Yeah.
It's just yay.
Yeah. How are you going to react when Blake is elected to a cabinet position?
I'm gonna love it.
I want
gonna
it.
be-
What
I'm
would
gonna
he
be
do?
ecstatic.
What are you going to say?
I'm gonna say great news for Masters.
So I have a question about that. Like, what would be a good cabinet position for Masters?
I
Like
don't
Masters.
Masters. I don't really know in terms of cabinet. Like I said, I'd rather have him in the House.
he
and
need,
then-
like, I think a good economic advisor. Somewhat.
Perhaps I like his messaging of raising a family on one income.
Yeah.
Like I think that was like he was one of the only candidates that called for that, but he rolled a bad hand. He had a really strong opponent. He didn't get much funding, and he had to spend a lot of his money in the primary to win. And by the time he was through that primary, he just couldn't shift to the middle fast enough or hard enough. It was just bad luck on him. Not to mention the tabulators and
Oh, we
Maricopa.
won't-
The main
We-
problem with Arizona and that Senate race was pretty much just funding. Blake Masters didn't get enough
got
money.
screwed.
Mark Kelly got too much money.
He didn't get any money. They sent it all to fucking Smiley
They sent all the Smiley and Lisa Murkowski.
and whoever was it. Who was the Republican in New Hampshire? I've already forgotten him.
No, Bulldog didn't get
Bulldog.
much.
Bulldog got shit.
Bolduc.
He didn't
Oh,
get shit.
Oh,
Bolduc
he didn't
got
get money
literally
either.
He got-
Okay, never mind then.
Well, I don't know what they were doing there. They should have supported Morse. Told y'all. Should have supported Chuck
No,
Norris.
Morse would have lost just as big.
No,
I'm
Chuck-
telling you this right now.
Chuck
Morse,
Norris-
what evidence you got? What evidence you got? He couldn't even win the
Raph,
primary.
I remember you and I did a stream, and you were convinced of Bolduc, and I went on like a 10-minute rant
I
about why
supported
Morse is better.
Morse.
No, I know I'm messing with you.
Bro, Morse is a loser. He can't even win primaries. He's gonna get
You're a
he's gonna get
loser
crushed
too,
by
what
by
about
Ayot. He's gonna get crushed by Ayot now.
Hold on. Chuck Yogurt has issues page. Oh God.
Here we go.
Okay. Let's see here. What the hell is this? Policy. Time off for mothers, paid family leave, higher wages, 15 minimum wage, affordable health insurance, public option, fight corruption, end gerrymandering. That's it?
Is he just like a generic Democrat?
It's just 4 things. It's just 1 page. Chunk for America.
He
Chunk
doesn't
for
even
America.
support a $20 minimum wage. I can't believe it.
He doesn't support $50 an hour? What's wrong with him?
Oh my gosh. Duster Carter for 2. I feel good about Georgia. Arizona's the opposite. I kind of agree.
Describe a Trump Mark Kelly voter. Ma astronaut.
My astronaut,
Ma
suburban
astronaut. Ma social
Suburban.
security. It's old people. It's literally just
I was gonna
boomers
say,
wanting their
The
social
Trump
security.
Kelly voter is literally just both of them are American dream. Trump's a
Suburban
rich
boomers.
businessman. The other one put us on the moon. I respect our NASA heroes.
It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 listed out. That's
Yeah.
wild.
It's one.
That is wild.
Public option.
This is really funny. My university blocks his website.
They're trying to suppress him. That's how you know.
Yeah, this is suppression against a real American.
Real American James.
I'm gonna have to use my VPN to actually look at this issue.
Let's see here. Describe a Trump policy voter, a libertarian.
Yeah, Lolbert. My real opinion is that all the conservatives have already left Colorado.
Yeah, they all left. They're like, fuck this.
I was gonna be honest with you. I've seen those migration numbers. It's just everybody's fleeing the state, and that's why even in a red wave, what's his face, the base pro-choice moderate.
I believe a lot of the
underperformed,
Republicans.
Trump.
I believe a lot of the Republicans in Colorado are moving to states like Montana and Wyoming.
No, they're all in Texas. You'd be surprised. A lot of them are in Texas.
All right.
Well, that's funny because there's a lot of Dems in Texas moving to Colorado at the same time.
I was gonna say that's the thing with Texas. It's like, yeah, sure, you got a lot of imports now, but like with the abortion ban and everything, a lot of them are leaving, and a lot of them aren't moving back.
Okay, so last calls for any super chats, any chats, because I think we're gonna probably head out because we went over everything. I can't believe we got Cenk Uygur running for president. Why? It's like his issues page is just like 5 words.
I mean, it might just be because he released a new book and he's trying to get attention. His book.
Policy, policy, policy. 4 things.
Yeah, they're each less than 5 words. Public option.
You should have added a 4th policy. That way it would have been policy, 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 and then all of them.
True.
I'm going to run on beating the woke radical liberal socialists.
Real.
Oh
The
man.
radical liberal Raphael Warnock.
Those damn communists.
Man, I miss the Raphael Warnock memes, honestly. Radical liberal
socialist,
Warnock.
radical liberal socialist Raphael Warnock.
He's the next Martin Luther King Jr. bros.
Describe a Trump 2020 and then a Cornel West 2024 voter. Probably African American, probably.
I was gonna say a black voter.
Yeah.
Hey, shit.
And Obama, Clinton, Trump, Cornel West voter. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like African American. But anyways, folks, I think we're probably gonna head out. We went through everything. Why the hell does shit happen every time I stream? It's every time Cenk Uygur announces his candidacy.
Things are constantly happening.
Hey, Rap, how would Georgia look like politically in the next 15, 30 years? I don't know.
Blue. Like, straight up blue.
Who knows?
The U.S. is
No one can really say for
system's
sure.
going to look entirely blue, or we're not going to have an electoral system in the next 30 years. I'm just saying.
We can't even predict what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know how we're supposed to predict things.
I was going to say, in like 20 years, we're probably going to have a big political realignment, and the trends aren't going to matter anyways.
Yeah. All right. So anyways, folks, if you did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below.
And if you didn't enjoy the stream, tough shit, come back next time.
Honestly.
Real. But yeah, this is the first time we had a Yay in here. Not the actual Yay, the different one.
I'm the real Yay, actually.
No.
Follow RW Populism on Twitter.com.
True.
He is my mutual. He is cool. He posts bangers.
Also,
he's an Aggie, so
whoa,
fuck you, T.
whoa.
Hey, it's in his bio.
That's public information. I don't give a shit. That's public.
Twitter.
We got breaking news.
That's breaking news.
Syria has invaded Israel.
Uh-oh.
What?
They are.
Chat said something about Israel getting invaded by Syria. I gotta see if this is true.
It is not. I'm saying nothing.
True. Okay, good. But sometimes my chat can be full of crap, so I gotta be
like right there.
I mean,
Wait,
Yeah.
hold
The
on.
only-
You say
the
Syria
only
just invaded Israel? Great news for masters.
Honestly.
the only news I see is that Qatar is threatening to stop gas supplies to Western Europe if the bombing doesn't stop.
I was gonna say,
No,
Syria
they didn't.
even
looks like it's
touched
fake.
Israel? Barely.
Looks like it's
Yeah.
fake, but I think that Hezbollah. What they called the ones in Lebanon? The
Hezbollah.
Hezbollah.
Yeah,
Hezbollah.
they did
Hezbollah.
invade. I know that they did attack. So
No, Syria did not.
okay, Syria did
They-
not.
they were-
Right?
they were-
I think people got
they
mixed
were-
up with
I mean-
Hezbollah, whatever you say it.
No, Hezbollah.
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 That's the terrorist group in Lebanon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the Iranian-backed militia.
They're all backed by Iran. Let's be real here. I mean, they all are. All right. Israel invaded Israel. The 11th commandment states that breaking news must happen whenever Rap does a stream. Yeah. I mean, it's every time.
Shit must happen.
Yep. Yeah, so thank God that it was fake news. That's good. Good. All right. But yeah, if nobody has more chats, any more questions, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or whatever.